Looks like you're not sleeping well.
That's Mike Lindell, the Trump-loving CEO of MyPillow. He's a good friend to the president and chairman of Trump's 2020 Minnesota re-election campaign. He recently took the White House podium to tell the American people to pray away the coronavirus. So who is this pillow man, and why is Trump reportedly urging him to run for office? I'm PJ Evans, the writer of this show, and this is the story of Mike Lindell.
Don't change that channel because the next few minutes are gonna change your life.
Mike James Lindell was born in the early 60s in Minnesota. His parents divorced when he was just 7 years old, which left a lasting impression.
Parents got divorced, divorces weren't common, and I became put into a new school, and I became very shy, or I would show off to people, like do little things like, hey, watch me jump out this bus window.
Lindell attended the University of Minnesota for just 1 quarter before dropping out. Starting in the 80s, Lindell claims he was addicted to cocaine and alcohol that later led to the use of crack cocaine. But it didn't stop him from working. He started a carpet cleaning business after his sister's apartment flooded, but that was short-lived too. He moved to Vegas, where he tried to make it as a professional card counter. In one instance, at one of the big casinos, Lindell thought the dealer was cheating him. He called over the pit bosses. He's second dealing me. And I'm thinking, this guy is in trouble, Lindell said. But it was Lindell who was in trouble.
They came around the table and picked me up and literally threw me through the front door.
After getting tossed out of a door, Lindell's foot was already in another one. He started working as a bartender before eventually purchasing a bar.
So then I ended up selling them, which I look back now and it was a miracle that I had to sell them. And I got this idea for a pillow in a dream from God.
It was 2004. Lindell was, as he tells the story, sound asleep on a terrible pillow when he had a dream that would change his life forever. Lindell claims he had a multi-million-dollar seed planted by God in a dream about a washable pillow that holds its shape. The next morning, he says he started writing "My Pillow" everywhere around the house, like some sort of pillow-possessed Jack Torrance.
One of my daughters, at the time she came upstairs, she looked around, she goes, what are you doing, Dad? I said, I've got this idea for this pillow. It's gonna be called My Pillow. What do you think about it? And she looks at me, she goes, that's really random. And she went back downstairs.
But the success didn't come overnight. Lindell still had his demons, and his perfect pillow was being shot down at every turn.
Actually, it was a Bed Bath & Beyond, and it was one in Minnesota, and I said, I have the best pillow ever made, and I'm all excited, and I said, how many do you want? And they're going, I got so excited, they said, you need to leave.
It's at this time, Lindell claims 3 of his drug dealers, who were apparently health conscious and unconcerned with making money, held an intervention for him, after which Lindell was successfully able to overcome his addiction.
And I just prayed, I said, I want to be freed of these addictions and desires, and the next morning I woke up and whoa!
MyPillow was thriving soon after. The company went from 5 to 500 employees. Today, the company has over 1,500. MyPillow claims to have sold over 40 million pillows in the US and Canada, which is more than 3 times as many sales as the Beatles' top-selling White Album. And it seems every time you turn on the TV, Mike Lindell is there to greet you.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell.
But with that success came some scrutiny. MyPillow once claimed that it could solve sleep-related issues like sleep apnea, restless leg syndrome, and insomnia. Lindell would even refer to himself as a, quote, sleep expert in commercials. In some testimonials, customers claimed the pillow can ease anxiety, migraines, acid reflux, menopause, multiple sclerosis, cerebral palsy, and PTSD. Truth in Advertising reached out to MyPillow about these unsubstantiated claims, and the company vowed to stop marketing the pillow this way. But when state prosecutors in California heard about this, they didn't drop it. They sued Lindell's company for $1 million for false advertising. MyPillow agreed to pay. Lindell didn't admit wrongdoing though. Quote, "We did nothing wrong. We did not make any misleading claims. Rather than fight this, I made a business decision to prevent long and costly litigation. Pay this and move on." But the tossing and turning didn't end there. The Better Business Bureau was down on the company too. USA Today notes, quote, BBB's Code of Advertising requires that an offer need to be extended for a limited time, or it becomes a continuous offer and therefore the normal price of the product, not a sale price or free offer. In the case of MyPillow, the BBB says anyone can get the buy one get one discount codes, and if a prospective customer calls the company without one, they can get the buy one get one deal regardless. The BBB slammed MyPillow with an F rating. A few years later, in 2019, MyPillow laid off 150 employees amid the launch of a new website called mystore.com, where investors can pitch and sell products through Lindell's company. A notable one is this plate that doubles as a frisbee, which is epic.
Whether you have small hands or large hands, you can easily balance your beverage and your food all at once.
Hey, even small hands? No wonder Trump likes this guy. In 2016, after wild success and then controversy, naturally, Lindell got an email from Trump about meeting him at Trump Tower in New York City.
I walked out of there and I didn't know anything about politics. I go, wow, this is going to be the best president in history.
Lindell soon became a fixture in Trump's circle, attending a debate in support of his new friend, speaking at a rally for him, and being tapped to lead the president's re-election campaign in Minnesota. Fast forward to 2020. Lindell took the podium at a Trump coronavirus briefing in the Rose Garden, where he announced his company would largely be shifting its focus to producing face masks amid a global pandemic.
A friend of mine, Mike Lindell of My Pillow. Boy, do you sell those pillows? That's unbelievable what you do.
We've dedicated 75% of my manufacturing to produce cotton face masks. In 3 days, I was up to 10,000 a day. By Friday, I want to be up to 50,000 a day.
Lindell's focus on helping the public in a time of great need should not go unnoticed. Unfortunately, it's being overshadowed by Trump's reported urging of Lindell to run for governor of Minnesota in 2022.
If God wanted me to run for governor, I would.
Is it fair to say you're not ruling it out?
Right, exactly.
And it wouldn't be the first time Minnesota has elected a celebrity to run things. Former professional wrestler Jesse Ventura was the governor from 1999 to 2003, and SNL star Al Franken won the Senate twice. So although you might already be sleeping on a MyPillow, don't sleep on Mike Lindell.
Hey, thanks for watching Who Is. Did you know we have a podcast now too? On Who Is, the podcast, I'll dive deep into the fascinating lives of the people who run things, whose decisions impact every aspect of our lives. How did they get where they are today? And knowing that, what might they do next? From politicians to the ultra-rich, to military contractors and monarchs and media moguls, I'll introduce you to the reporters and experts who know these real-life world molders best. Sharp-eyed observers and confidants who observe our subjects as they make the decisions that define our everyday lives. To see more, hit the link or search Who Is on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. And for more of the video series you know and love, be sure to check out the Snapchat versions and our series playlists on YouTube and Facebook.